Well, if you're like me, this usually ends up in a cabinet somewhere where it's buried under other things, and then all of my little mouse sanding discs of the different grits are just spread out somewhere, hard to find every time I want to use them. So I put this together. I'm going to show you how to build this. This goes nice and neat in here. I'm going to start using the French cleat system. Don't have to be an artist. I just use a straight edge and I kind of figured out, and it doesn't have to go exactly to scale, but I measure things out. So I want to make sure I've got some places in here that I can put these into so they can be organized. Each one has its own size. So each one of these compartments will hold one of these. I measured this up and I figure about a ½ inch is enough, so I made it 3/4 of an inch so it's not tight stuck in there. Because when you get these, that's about how they come. Each grit has its own group that it sticks with, about a ½ inch. So anyway, I want to make sure that I put a cleat on the back. This cleat, again, don't worry about my artistry, but that's kind of a downturn, so it will hang on to the cleat that's hanging on the wall, and then the mouse will sit up on top here, and it doesn't need to be that high, it just needs to have a little bit on the side so that it won't knock off. So first off, I'm going to cut these. These will be a ½ inch by 5½ inch by 9, so 9 inches tall, 5½ inches deep, and then it'll be a ½ inch thick. Here's something I want to point out. Whenever you're doing some fine work, always remember that there is a width to this blade. If you measure side to side, you're going to see it's maybe like 1/8 of an inch. So if you're making multiple cuts, you got to remember that each cut is going to take away that much material. So if you're making 4 or 5 cuts across here, you have to multiply that times the 1/8 or whatever that measures out to be, and figure that into the whole deal. Otherwise you'll be cutting, get to the last piece and it's shorter, and you go, why is it shorter? Don't make any sense. So one thing you want to do when you're lining this up with the fence, you don't want to put it right on the line. Because now, I put an X here because it was a piece of another board, and I wanted to make sure I knew which pieces were not what I needed. And I want to have this piece to come exactly to that line. So what I will do is I look very carefully along that side edge of the blade, and I put that edge right along that line. That way when I cut it, it'll give me the full distance of what I measured. If I was to put it on the line, you can see that it would be cutting through the line and slightly into this wood, so it'd be a little bit shorter than what I wanted. And when you're making critical things like a jewelry box or chessboard or something like that, you need to make sure that it's a very accurate cut. So make sure when you're lining it up to the blade that you know which side you don't want. That's why I always draw a little X. That sands off nice and easy, so you don't have to worry about it. Just don't do it hard, just enough so you can see it. Then I'm going to take that blade and I'm going to put it to where it goes right against that edge. Okay, so the 2 pieces on the side that are ½ inch by 5½ by 9, that's these boards right here. And so I get my measuring tape. Now, I showed you how to run it across that line. That's exactly 9 inches, which is what I want. 5½ inches. Look at that, right on the mark. 5½ inches. Same. 5½ inches. Line these up across the bottom, make sure they're all tight fit. Notice the line's coming across. Now what I did is I used this and then I lined it up on the the table saw so that I was cutting only part way in. And what I do is I line that line up with the blade, run it through, and then I bring it over and run it down this line, and then I measure it. Look at that, nice slide. So these are the outsides, obviously, and this is the bottom. So I can turn them up now. Now, pretty close to the same. So now I can assemble these one at a time. Oh, I hate when that happens. That's Murphy's Law right there. Gonna lock back in again. There we go. Okay, so I've got this here. And I got the back that I put together. Slide this over a bit. And again, because I cut right to that line like I showed you on the blade, everything comes out nice and clean. Lines up the edges perfectly. And I got the bottom piece, which I believe goes this way. Yeah. So the back piece, of course, is going to keep it from rocking this way. It's going to give it a nice locked-in feature. And you can see I've got plenty of room for each of these to go in. And I've got them set so the distance, these will stick out just slightly, so it's easy for me to grab. I won't have to try to reach in. And that's going to work out just perfect for me. So I've got them. Now it's a matter of just gluing and air nailing them, put them together. Once I'm done with that, then I'm going to put a cleat on the back so I can hang it on the wall to the matching cleat. And if I need to, I'll put a little spacer down here so that it doesn't tip back towards the wall, but that it stays nice and even. So hopefully you're with me so far. Let's, I'm going to go ahead and glue these together. I just like to make sure when I'm doing gluing I have this paper down so I don't get it all over my workbench all the time. Okay, now before it dries too hard, I want to make sure these pieces are all going to fit. I'm not dropping them all the way down in case there's a little bit of that glue. Just want to make sure I got the spacing correct here. Bring it underneath. And you can see these are all lined up nice and even here. Okay, so I went ahead and put the cleat on there. That's what it looks like. A lot better than my drawing, of course. So I glued it, nailed it in place. It's all set. I got the different grades of sandpaper in there. And then my mouse fits in there nice and neat. Now let's see how it hangs on the wall. I just bring this in, lock that in place. And because I have this down here, I really don't need to put a spacer back here. I can go up higher, nice and solid, it's not going to go anywhere. So I come up and I just grab the mouse, slide that back in, and when I'm done with it, I just put the mouse back in, curl up the cord, shove it in, nice and neat. And any one of these that I need, I just pull it out. And I decided to do the same thing with this. So anytime I need to use any one of these, whoops. But now that it's on there, I can put them together. Now I can get to them each one, get to the grits that I want. They're all separated. Much better. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Hope you got something out of it. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Doc's Projects. And anytime I put some new ones, ring that little bell and I'll notify you every time a new one comes on so you can check it out. Have a great day. I can say, oh, that's a 40 grit. That's a 80 grit. Easy to grab. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure that you subscribe to Doc's Projects, and every time I make a new one of these kind of things, I'll let you follow along and see how it's done. I appreciate it. Have a great day.